So I've started to play Brim a lot more, and of course with that comes learning lineups. I think every Brim player should know a few lineups for his team. But what's really good is to know very unique or weird lineups that sometimes can help you clutch or can help you in solo queue where you don't even know where your teammates are gonna plant. So without further ado, let's just get into it. Alright, so if you want for a dice, a very cool one that I found out was you go in these boxes, you try to align yourself so you're on the middle of this box and at the end of the small box. So you're right, it should look something like this with the diamond on your icon. I'll point it out, I'll zoom in on it. You want it to meet where this fracture gray part meets the white stroke. So it should look something like this. And it'll fall right about here. Sometimes it falls next to it right here, but it isn't a big difference. The only thing is it doesn't cover the behind. It is just a bit inconsistent, but you are guaranteed to cover this and this part. That's a pretty cool one to know. Now for B, if you want to plant at the tall boxes, you'll have to go to this corner. Then you want to align the tip of the fire icon with this corner, so something like this. And then you pay attention to the tall antenna and you just slowly go up until you can no longer see it, and then you shoot. And it should fall right about here. Yep. So again, if your teammates plant here, this is a very interesting lineup to know. I really like it. I never used it because it never happened, but to be honest, I know there will be situations where this will come in handy. For this one, I spent like an hour or two just messing in bind when I found it. It's a very unique one, but it's so good, and literally last game it clutched the round. So what you want to do, you want to go and jump just on the corner of these boxes, small boxes. So you want to be just on the corner, maybe even floating a bit, and then you want to align your crosshair at this flashing thing on the top of the antenna and this corner of this yellow triangle. So you go something like this, and then you want to jump, and it should fall right here. It's a pretty nice one. Again, really good to know. For B default, what you want to do is go to the middle of the barn door or whatever this is, and you want to align the corner of the blue thing of your steam beacon. I know it's a lot, with the first of this solar panel or whatever it is. You'll see in a second. So you want it to look something like this. Then you shoot and it should go to default. Yep, right here, just perfect landing. For A default, this is a pretty interesting one, so pay attention. You want to go to this where this crack forms in this broken pillar. You want to turn around and walk straight. Then you want to point your crosshair right where this vine meets these leaves, so right about here, and then you just want to go up until the tip of the fire touches the vine. So something like this, you shoot and it should go at default over here, right here. For the middle of the B side, what you want to do is go here on top of this thing, and then you want to look with the letter of your fire molly at this tip of the Lotus. The thing is, I have it on Q, so it's a bit easier for me to see. You might have it on a different letter, but it should look something like this. So you want to put it here, and you want to go just a bit to the left, so it falls a bit more to the middle, and you just want to shoot, and it should fall right in the middle. right here. I'm just gonna be straight honest with you. C on Lotus is my worst site. I completely hate it. I spent hours and I only have one lineup, which is for safe default. I literally don't know any other lineup on C Lotus. I hate this site. So what you want to do, you want to go to this middle baby or whatever this is, and then you want to look up with the aim icon that's above your mouse right at this corner. So you want to put it right about here, and then you shoot, and it should go into safe default. So right here, that's literally it. For a default, you want to go into this corner right here, and you want to align the aim icon that's above your mouse right at the middle of this pillar where this metal bar is. So it should look something like this, and it should fall into default right there. Just boom, right in the middle. This one is for B long or default or whatever you want to call it. So you go at the corner of these boxes, and the diamond of the fire molly icon that's at the bottom, the one that's below the green line, you want to align it with this where this roof ends, where you see right here, with this line that's on this metal tube or whatever. So it should look something like this, and then it should go for long. So it falls right here and right here, just perfect. This is a pretty interesting one, and this might be used extremely rarely, but sometimes you'll want to plant there. So what you want to do is you want to go to this dish and you want to walk until you just can't. At this point you can see I'm stuck. Then you want to aim right at the top of this middle pillar, and you just shoot, and it should land right on this corner. So again, very specific, but it's good if your teammates plant somewhere like this. Now, to be honest, I don't have anything unique on B. If you go over here and then you just jump on the box, you look right at this corner. If you see this corner and just a bit to the right, if you shoot, it should land right here. So yeah, pretty nice to know. I think every Brim player needs to know this one for fracture. You want to go at the corner of this building. You want to look down. You want to be aligned with this line that's perpendicular or that's parallel, whatever you want to say. And you just go until you're right about here. Right before you go on these green tiles, you're right in the middle of these long tiles. So you should be somewhere around here, and you want to look up, look at this giant tall building, and then go up until you meet with this blue light. So you go up, you stop right about here, then you look a bit to the left, and then you shoot, and it should fall right at screens. So it falls right about here. Again, this one is a bit inconsistent because you really have to be perfect on where you are standing, but it falls right about here. So if they don't plant here or here and they just plant in the middle here or like here or even here, it's a good molly. I like it. Here on B, on the other side of default, so basically here, you want to go on these tires. You want to look at this first wire, the one that's lower. You want to follow it until you're at the corner of this part. So it should be somewhere about here. Shoot, and it should go right here. Just pretty straightforward, pretty nice. Yeah, if it happens for them to plant here and not here, This is a pretty good lineup. This one is for a default, but when it's a bit closer to the right, sometimes it happens for your teammates to plant there because they can't really plant default. What you want to do is go get on the middle of this lamp, so something like this, and then you want to look, you see this gap here, you want to go right where it's this smaller gap. So where the bottom of these leaves start touching this one. I know it's very specific, but it should look something like this. You shoot, and it should fall right about here. So again, if they can't plant here, but your teammates plant here, this one can come in handy. To be honest, I don't have anything for B default because B default is so not only it has a lot of roof, so the molly can't come from a lot of ways, but it's just very bland, I suppose. I don't know how to say, but you just want to go in this corner where these boxes are, and with the aim icon right above your mouse, you want to put it in the middle of this, so somewhere like here. You should, and it should just fall into default right here. Pretty straightforward, nothing too crazy. So again, every Brim main should know this one. This one is for C default, but it's very specific, so just pay attention. What you want to do, you want to hug this wall, and if you see this arch wooden thing, you want to walk until you can no longer see it. What you want to do is look up, and you will see a tiny heart form within the leaves. I'll zoom in, you'll probably see it. If not, you can take a screenshot or pause the video to look at it. What you want to do, you just want to go at the heart and go a bit to the right, and then just shoot, and it should go to default. Alright, that was a bit too close to this box. You can shoot the heart directly, but again, this one is a bit inconsistent, so sometimes you'll have it land over here and it won't cover this spot. So that's it for this video. As you saw, I do not have lineups for Breeze and Icebox, as at the time of recording they are not in the rank pool. But if you do want to see lineups on these maps and more, just give this video a like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.